Hi, this is Matt Kennedy. I'm back in town, and this is your video update. I'm very glad to be here. I missed you all. Ann and the kids are still in California. They'll be back on Monday, so it's just me for right now, but they'll be back soon. We really missed you. We were gone, I guess, for a week and a half, but that took up 2 Sundays, and we especially missed you on Sunday. We went to two great churches. We went to St. James Newport Beach, which is in Orange County, California, and we had a great worship service there. Had a great sermon. It's an Anglican church. And then the second Sunday we were away, we went to a non-denominational church, not Anglican, and one of those. We had, I guess, 45 minutes of music, and then 45-minute sermon. It was a great sermon, good service, but then there was no communion. We really missed that. So we're glad to be back home. I'm glad to be back home, and I'm glad it'll be a really good thing to see you guys again on Sunday. I want to give you a brief rundown of the things that I put up in the update today, so that you'll be informed. I know some of you like to watch and listen. You don't like to read, so this is for you. Listen up, and you'll know what's going on. The biggest thing I want to continue to keep in the forefront of your mind is the change that we're going to be making with the Shepherd's Bowl coming up in September. It's an expansion of this ministry. It's an important ministry to the people of the South Side. We're going to go from one soup kitchen to two. We have the Shepherd's Bowl now currently running on Thursday nights over at Conklin Avenue Baptist. In September, we're going to move the Thursday night supper to Good Shepherd. And we're going to begin or establish a Tuesday night supper over at Conklin Avenue Baptist. So we'll have two suppers running. We need a minimum total of 32 people, because we are trying to establish 8 teams. 4 for the Good Shepherd's Bowl, and 4 for the Conklin Avenue Baptist kitchen. And what that will mean is, well, I think we already have about 16, because we already have about 4 teams. But we need 16 more volunteers from both churches. They don't all have to come from Good Shepherd. They can come from Conklin Avenue Baptist. This is a joint ministry. So we're going to have a sign-up sheet. We were supposed to have one last Sunday, but at Micah and Aoife didn't put one down there in the parish hall. We're going to have a sign-up sheet downstairs. I forget too sometimes. We'll have one downstairs this Sunday. If you're interested in this ministry, and I hope you are, please sign up. Let us know whether you can serve on Tuesdays or Tuesdays or Thursday nights. And again, if it's Thursday, you'll be here. If it's Tuesdays, you'll be at Conklin Avenue Baptist. And then we can assign you to a team if you're not already on a team. We can assign you to a team and get you situated. We're going to be just cooking one meal, not two. We'll be cooking it here at Good Shepherd. And so we'll be using the one meal that we cook to feed both soup kitchens. We'll be cooking something that can keep from Tuesday to Thursday. So we're really excited about this. It's an opportunity to feed more people, help more people, to share the love of Christ with more people. So please be here. Speaking of that, because the Shepherd's Bowl is the Thursday Shepherd's Bowl is moving here again, that means that we're going to be restarting the Beginner's Bible Study. For the last 2 or 3 years, the Beginner's Bible Study has run on Thursday nights, 6:30 to 7:30, at Good Shepherd. We're going to restart that. We were doing it at Conklin Avenue Baptist for a while. We had to kind of call a halt to that during the summer. We're going to restart it this fall here at Good Shepherd. If you don't know how to read the Bible, if you have never read the Bible before, you open it and it seems like a mystery to you, you can't understand how to interpret it and apply it to your life, this class is for you. We don't assume that you have any knowledge whatsoever of Scripture. So if you've been sitting in the pews and kind of listening to sermons and listening to good teaching, but you still feel confused when you try to read the Bible at home, please come to this Bible study. Sign up for it. Well, actually, you don't have to sign up. You just show up. 6:30 Thursday nights, beginning in September. More information will be coming out about that. This Sunday, Christian education will continue with our discussion that we started last week, or 2 weeks ago, on the Eucharist, or at least the way Anglicans understand communion. We also call it the Eucharist. We had a good discussion going 2 weeks ago, and we're going to kind of revisit that and then continue to carry forward. If you have any questions about Anglican, the Anglican understanding of communion, this is a good time to bring them. I want to have a discussion of some of the principles and ideas that we brought up last or 2 weeks ago, as well as a review. I'll also, in the very first 15 minutes of the class on Sunday, I'll open the class up to general questions. I know a lot of you are curious about what happened at General Convention. You're curious about uh, various things having to do with Scripture and theology. This is your time to ask those questions. So if you have something on your mind, write it down, bring it to church on Sunday. The class starts at 9:15. Be there early, ready with your question. We'll talk. We'll have just a general question and answer period for the first 15 minutes, and then we'll bridge into our discussion of the Eucharist. We are having systematic theology this Saturday. So I know we've missed a number of Saturdays from people being out of town and vacation and all that kind of stuff, but I sent you a schedule of the classes that we're going to be having for the remainder of the summer, and this Saturday is one of those classes, 3:30. We're also going to have a discussion in the very beginning of that class because I know we've had a break and I want to make sure that everything's fresh in our minds. So bring the questions you've had or you've developed in your head over the course of this class, and we'll have a little bit of a discussion, and then we'll bridge over into the last part of the communicable attributes of God section of our class, and we'll talk about the revealed will of God versus the hidden will of God. So please come, 3:30, great class, so important for this church to have a good grounding in systematic theology. There's acolyte practice on Sunday, this Sunday after the 10:30 service. If you're an acolyte, considering becoming an acolyte, a new acolyte, an existing acolyte, please come. It's so important to be at these practices. It won't last more than an hour, so you'll be out of there. You'll be out there by 12:45, 1 o'clock. So please come and practice, get in shape for the fall, so we can help people worship and serve at the altar, on the altar. Men's breakfast and Bible study tomorrow morning, 6:30. If you're watching this on Friday, it's already happened. If you're watching this on Thursday night, tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. We have a cook finally. Chris Vale is going to cook. We're going through 1 Samuel. Great study, great time of fellowship. If you've never been, you're a man, come. 6:30 a.m. or you're young, old, doesn't matter how old you are. Come Friday morning, 6:30, and enjoy a good time of fellowship, good food, and good study. The women's Bible study is going to meet on Saturday, despite the fact that Anne's not here. They still meet 10 a.m. Saturday here at the church. The prayer group this Wednesday will not be meeting because there is going to be a vestry meeting. The prayer group usually meets at 6, but it doesn't meet on those Wednesdays that there is vestry, and there's vestry this Wednesday from 6 p.m. to however long it lasts, hopefully shorter than 2 hours. So please come. It's an important meeting. I know a lot of vestry people have been out of town throughout the summer. If this is an important meeting and it's an important responsibility, so put it first. Change plans if you have to. Be there for the meeting if you're on vestry. Now, a word about groundskeeping. Fred Mote has been doing such a great job keeping our grass cut. Chris Vale has helped him. But there are some jobs that he doesn't have time to get to, and that he needs help with, and we as a church can help him with. I have 3 of those to name. First is weeding. There are weeds growing along the front and the side of the school building. If you can come and just spend some time help weeding, that'd be great. You don't even have to tell me or tell Fred. Just come and weed. Litter patrol, boy, you know that this parking lot's like a thoroughfare during the week. People go across to the bus stop from the apartments, and they sometimes throw trash in the ground. So if you have some extra time, please stop by and help pick up litter especially around the school. The fence around the school really collects litter. Please come help us do that. And finally, there's a white fence along the east side of the church that needs painting. If you'd like to help paint, contact Fred. Let him know you want to do that, and he might give you some instructions and tell you when and how to do that. So please help us out with that. Finally, last thing, I'm running out of time. There's been questions about the online version versus the print version of the update. Everything that you get in your update that I write down also goes in the printed bulletin. So everyone who comes to church, even if they don't have internet access, is going to get the news of the day through their bulletin. So don't worry about that. And we mail the bulletin to our homebound people. So as long as you come to church, you get the news. If you don't come to church, well, there's a remedy for that. And sorry, but you need to come to church and you'll get the news. Well, this is Matt Kennedy. This is your Good Shepherd update, and I will see you Sunday.